Welcome to the Unity BootCamp lesson on integrating a leaderboard into the game's heads-up display. Right off the top, this lesson is completely optional. We aren't implementing any new brainCloud requests. We are going to simply use the leaderboard data that we already received from the server and display it in-game on the heads-up display. The code in this lesson is pretty specific to the example game, but perhaps you'll find it to be of some use to your game. We'll start off this lesson in the heads-up display scrolling element script. This class is responsible for formatting and scrolling through the displayed data on the heads-up display. We're going to declare a public overloaded init method that takes in a leaderboard entry object, the position, and a callback object. In the body, we'll invoke another init method, passing in the formatted leaderboard entry data, the position, and the callback object as the arguments. Save the file and navigate to the heads-up display script. Scroll down and declare a public method called pushLeaderboardEntry. This method takes in a leaderboard entry object as the parameter. In the body, instantiate a temp game object from a scrolling element prefab. Get the heads-up display scrolling element component and invoke the init method. Pass in the leaderboard entry object and the off-screen position as the arguments. Invoke the pushHighScore element method, pass in the temp game object as the argument. Save the file and navigate to the game script. Declare a private member variable called mLeaderboardEntryIndex and initialize it to -1. Scroll down and below the next level method, declare a private method called displayNextHighScore. In the body, get the main leaderboard object from the leaderboard's manager. Safety check that the leaderboard has at least one entry. Then, if there's a leaderboard entry object in the leaderboard, we'll push it onto the heads-up display and update the mLeaderboardEntryIndex member variable accordingly. In the event that the leaderboard entry is the all-time high score, we'll notify the heads-up display so that it can display a message to the user indicating their triumph. Scroll up and find the prepare level method. Remove the to-do statement, and in its place, get the main leaderboard object from the leaderboard's manager. Safety check that there's at least one leaderboard entry in the leaderboard. If there is, push it onto the heads-up display and update the mLeaderboardEntryIndex member variable accordingly. Scroll up and find the update method. In the highlighted if statement, delete the to-do statement. Then safety check that the mLeaderboardEntryIndex isn't -1. If it isn't, get the main leaderboard from the leaderboard's manager. Then get the leaderboard entry for the mLeaderboardEntryIndex variable. If the elapsed time is greater than the leaderboard entry's time, then we'll invoke the displayNextHighScore method. Save the file and navigate into Unity. If you need to perform a manual refresh, do so now. Run the game. From the main menu, click Endless Mode. Notice that now the leaderboard entries are displayed at the top. When the player's time passes that current leaderboard entry, it will rotate to the next leaderboard entry. And if the user's time exceeds that of the number one leaderboard entry, then a notification will scroll up indicating to the user that they have the highest score. The game is over and our score was successfully posted to the leaderboard. You may be wondering why, though, a new leaderboard entry was not added. That's because this style of leaderboard only allows one entry per user. If you want your leaderboard to have multiple entries per user, consider using an arcade-style leaderboard. How to set up global entities is the next lesson in the Unity BootCamp.